Explaining a metaphor is like saying Romeo and Juliet is about two teenagers who fall in love and commit suicide. Any other questions on that? So, Oko, please come up.
Actually, what I think I did is I used the kind of structure that you used in the Magic Moment Masterclass, which is I planted the meaning myself. And I don't know, I think I should have let him find the meaning himself.
So, in other words, you explained your metaphor. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah. So here's the trouble with explaining a metaphor. It's kind of like, so a schoolboy comes up to a learned man and says, I have an exam tomorrow on Macbeth, and could you just tell me all about Shakespeare's Macbeth so that I can pass my exam? And the learned man says, well, you really ought to read it for yourself and then ask me a question about your experience. The little boy says, I don't have time for that. The exam's tomorrow, I'm stressing out. Just tell me, what's Macbeth about? Well, Macbeth is about a murderer who feels guilty. And the boy looks up at him and goes, and? That's what it's about. How am I supposed to pass the test with that? That's the point. Read the story. Have an experience. And then you can ask me a question that will let you pass your exam. Explaining a metaphor is like saying Romeo and Juliet is about two teenagers who fall in love and commit suicide.
Is that what happens?
Ah, man, spoiler alert. Yeah, I can go through the entire works of Shakespeare in like 5 minutes, Henry V, he invades France. I mean, come on. But we laugh. But why are we laughing here, guys? Think about this, right? I am trivializing an entire experience, especially something like Shakespeare, which is not just a work of literature, a work of art. It's actually a little experiment in life, right? He's taking slices out of life and experimenting with them and saying, this is what happens when we live our lives in different ways. A tragedy means we live our life badly and it falls apart. A comedy means we live our life well and we succeed, right? And in exploring each individual story, we get to learn a little bit about the human experience. And to trivialize it by saying Henry V is about a king invading France, right? Am I lying to you guys? Is there something wrong about my description? There's nothing incorrect, except it's missing every aspect of what should be there. Make sense? So explaining your metaphors, just think of it in terms of someone asking you, what's Romeo and Juliet about, right? And you can give them the short version or the long version. And the long version is, you'll really have to consider that for yourself. Does that help? Yeah. Is this useful, guys? Thank you. Give me a round of applause. If you found this insightful, make sure to subscribe for more fascinating discussions on the power of the mind and hypnosis.